Yes, everybody, when it rains, it pours. Signings for West Ham, as West Ham have just announced the signing. We all knew it was happening. We saw the leaks last night. But Guido Rodriguez has signed for West Ham. The club have officially announced the signing of the Argentinian international. Just waiting for the club to actually refresh their website yet, which they haven't done yet. But it's on. There it is. There it is. There he is. There he is. Yet Argentinian World Cup star Guido Rodriguez has signed for West Ham. The website today delighted to confirm the signing of Argentinian international FIFA World Cup and two-time Copa America winning Guido Rodriguez. He signed on a free transfer, obviously, from Real Betis. Not from having recently departed Real Betis, where he spent 4.5 years. He's been capped. We'll go through the stats in a minute as well, and some of the clubs he's played for. But there's a lot of West Ham connections. During his time at Club America, he played with Edson Alvarez, and obviously under Real Betis, he played under former West Ham manager Manuel Pellegrini. In terms of Rodriguez, he says he's very happy to be here. I feel like it's every footballer's dream to play in the Premier League, and I'm very excited when I heard that West Ham were interested. It's an historic club. It's a really interesting project as well. I think it's the right club. I've spoken to Edson before signing, and we're both looking forward to working together. Of course you are, son. Of course you are. So another Argentinian signs for West Ham. I'll put some pictures up as they're being uploaded now. But obviously, I don't think it's under any illusion that, we desperately needed covering that CDM role. We know that the likes of JWP, the likes of Thomas Souček can't hold that role down. Yes, Freddie Potts could potentially take that mantle, but you don't want to put too much pressure on the lad so early on in his West Ham career. But no doubt he will learn a lot from the likes of a World Cup winning. And he did win the World Cup. He played 37 minutes, played 60 odd minutes in the tournament, but he won the World Cup. He's got a medal as well as the other Copa America. We're going to put some things up. Let's get a few comments. That's great. West Ham is actually are we talking about? Oh, we're not. AVB. Let's worry about that in a minute, mate. Let's worry about that in a tick. In terms of a bit of information about him, just who is this fella? Who is this geezer? Let's just bring it up. Some stats and figures. He's 30 years old. He's 6'1". Born in Buenos Aires in Argentina, which was lovely. What else? He started his career at River Plate. As I said, when he was at Club America, this is a video available on the West Ham network. Don't worry about that. But he did play with Edson Alvarez during his time at Club America. In terms of his career stats, heavily dominated by his time at Club America and Real Betis. He's not a goal scorer as such. He's a CDM, out of the box CDM. He's played 30 times for his country, scoring a goal and an assist. Obviously, winning the World Cup and 2 Copa Americas as well. Big, physically dominating CDM, but likes to pass the ball around, but likes to get involved. Very similar to Edson. And his main position being a defensive midfielder, but he has played central midfield as well. And there is the picture. There is Tim. Bit dark, that one, West Ham. You need to up your brightness and your exposure. But looking very happy. A lot of screaming, but he is here. Which will be our 6th signing now. Our 6th signing, I believe. This is live, and we're live, GP. Is that 6 now? So we've got Luis Guilherme, Wes Fodringham, Max Kilman, Somerville, the Folk, and Guido. So 6 first teamers, as well as 3 for the academy. Luis Brown, Kenny Brown's son, David Chigueda from Man City, and Bulligan from Man United. Savaloy, 6'1" and tons of fun. We've got a decent record when it comes to Argentinian players. Obviously, Tevez, Lanzini, Tarico. Who else? Mascherano, of course, but obviously Hayden Mullins was a better player, according to Alan Pardew. Ian, hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe, mate. Adam, we defo doing some business. We certainly are. Need to move some deadwood out. Yeah, I mean, according to Sean Wheaton put together and assuming we got AVB in, for example, AWB, not AV, not Andres Villas-Boas, Wan-Bissaka. There's a 24-man squad. We don't have to register Luis Guilherme because he's under 21. So that could lead to another space in the squad potentially. But as we've been saying, it's how the deadwood, so to speak, who wants to buy our deadwood. So it will be having to subsidise wages and stuff like that. And again, this isn't an issue with the current regime. This is the previous regime and probably the previous regime before that, because a lot of players have been sort of hanging around for a long time. So they're just trying to, for me, it's about making sure we have a decent Premier League season this year, get it back into Europe. And the likes of Guido, is he going to be a long-term signing? No. Is he going to be for the next 8 years, 6 years? No. Is the Falk? No. But what they're going to do is they're going to give us a basis. They can come in and play now and allow the likes of Freddie Potts to develop, allow the likes of Orford, albeit a different position, allow the likes of us to get into Europe as well without having to rely on potential. And then I can see in the summer next year sort of going with the potential type of signings more often. But we'll wait and see. Indeed, good news, technically gifted. He can pass. Have we had our budgets cut in the media team? These has been pony. Remember the Paqueta one was class. Do you know what? I think it's a case of, to be honest, I think it's the Lucas one. I think they knew for a while. I think this one is sort of like, particularly Guido and the Falk and stuff. I mean, the Falk did a really good interview. That's out on the channel now. Yeah, but we don't really do those sort of big. It's all very similar, isn't it? It's very templated now. There's probably a reason for that. Probably to save a bit of money, to be honest. Afternoon, Rich. Hope you're well. Right back and centre back needed. Lop already making better signings than Moyes. Yes, TB. Rod. That's it. There's a nickname. Rod. And we know that Nicholas likes to be called Fluey. Fluey and Rod. Love it. Got a funny feeling we might have a behind it to help in before the Villa game. Well, there's the game on Saturday as well, isn't it? We do have the Betway Cup, and I'd imagine you would see a number of them playing. I mean, if you watched Fully's interview, he talks about it, getting some minutes in the last pre-season. Indeed, I mean, don't forget, this time last year, we hadn't signed a single player. We didn't sign a single player until the 10th of August, which was Edson Alvarez. And now we've 6 first teamers, first team squad players. Obviously, Wes is not going to, not assuming Wes is going to take over Areola or even the number 2 slot, but 6 first team squad players. Number 5 is all right. Could it be? Thank you very much. Need to get our centre backs sorted indeed. There's a riot in Upton Park. They tipped over my Skoda. Oh God bless you. Hope you're okay. Wasn't it Ludo had a Skoda, didn't he? If I remember, Ludo had a Skoda. Apparently Zoom's been told to leave, or he's been told he can find a new club. So that's sort of been told to leave. But he might want to. I mean, we're not gonna pay off his contract. Because people say, I'll just pay him off. No, because that comes off the budget and it comes off in terms of our expenditure. Personally, I'd keep Zuma around as like the Ogbonna role. Because every season we've got into it with 4 good centre-halves, and by the end we're scrabbling around and injuries and suspensions and end up putting Aaron Cresswell in at centre-back. And do you remember that against the Arsenal game? I love the Folks interview on the official web channel. I'm in love with him. I think I'm obsessed with him already. Yep. Roberto Scaloni, good shout, TB. Good shout, TB. Scaloni has been sort of etched out of my mind for obvious reasons. Our shopping list of positions to fill was nearly be complete to right back, then to move. I think for a proper, I think for it to be an A plus, I need another centre back and another right back. And I'm being greedy, but this squad needed some major surgery. We seem to have put the enhancements on. They've given it a boob job, but now we need to take some of the stuff away now. So we've done half of the job, but it's still bloated. Our glaring holes. Does the corned beef man like a booking? Does the corned beef man like a booking? Why is he corned beef? I don't know. I was really impressed by him, better English than some of the home girls. I totally agree. Getting frustrated with Manu, and well, I don't think he is. I think actually AVB. Oh, fuck's sake, Russ. AWB, Wan-Bissaka. Stop trying to, anachronize everything. Wan-Bissaka, he's got 1 year left in his deal. So actually, it's probably his best interest to stay at Man United on a higher wage, potentially than he would be at West Ham, although I'm sure we would sort of match it or something like that. And then go to another club next year with a massive signing on fee and a decent wage. So he'd be missing out on a few £1 million by moving now than moving next year. So actually, it makes sense why he's got this sort of loyalty payment he wants from Man United. Same thing happened to Harry Maguire, didn't it? Do you remember last year? This lad puts in hard tackles. Do you think we will sign Wan-Bissaka? I think we will. I still think we will. Now, in terms of how he's going to be utilised, yes, he could be used as a double pivot. I think it gives you options now by having someone who can play as another CDM. Yes, when Alvarez inevitably gets suspended, when he gets injured, he can come in and deputise for Alvarez, because we know as a Suchek, JOP, they can't do that. Sometimes we can play with double pivots, 2 CDMs. And then sometimes maybe Edson's unfit, or and Rodriguez can play alongside a Paqueta. I think what I like now is there's options. When you look at that sort of front four now, say we've got Fully up front, and then we've got Somerville, Kudus, Bowen. We've got Luis Guilherme to come on. We've got Antonio to come on. The Falk spoke quite. He said, "I'd love to play 2 up front with Antonio and me." Might have to do it sometimes, but that's what I like. Getting the treble confirmed, and money to Southampton. I don't think Southampton are stupid enough to take that deal, to be honest. Argentinian corned beef, okay. So excited for the season ahead. I think we're flying already. If worse comes to worse and we end up without another centre half, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I would prefer another centre half, but if you went in with Kilman and Mav, it's okay. I prefer Kilman and one other. And if we got a new right back as well, I think that would really help. Corned beef is originally from Argentina. Well, there is something I learn every day. How do you get your pictures frames? And it's called a spirit level. I might send one up to Anton. That's all it is. Spirit level on that one. All measured up. He's going to get when he gets his room done properly, I'm going to come up and I'm going to bring a spirit level and a pencil and a tape measure and do them properly for him. Right, scroll down. We'll go back in for Cole. I don't think we will. I think Southampton are sort of, what's the word? Announced, assumed, confirmed that he's likely to stay at Southampton now. Yep, it was. It was like meeting your first. And obviously, Rodriguez, J-Rod will be there. G-Rod will be there as well. I reckon he will end up getting to Ebo. I would like him. I mean, it probably is a 10% chance, in all honesty. But the way Juventus are, at the moment, if I was Nice, I'd just, you go where we sell you to. You go to West Ham. It looks like some of the peripheral guys who've been linked with, the likes of Logan Costa. It does know it does sort of assume a little bit that he might go somewhere else. So we'll wait and see. Any chance play centre back? No. Well, there could be an outside chance. There could be an outside chance. However, I very much would doubt it. To be honest, I think Guido would probably make a better centre half than Alvarez, in all honesty. But again, I can't see it. I can't see it, to be honest. No, I just can't see it really. I just don't think it'll be a waste. Chalobah, yeah, good shout. I mean, they're trying to sell everyone else, aren't they? Chelsea, Conor Gallagher going to Atletico Madrid. Chalobah's been banned from the first team training as well, so I imagine he's the next one out. Smash the like button. Indeed, Alvarez might not get so many bookings. Yeah, fair play. I'm so excited now. It's like a naked Russ letting me eat a hot dog between his legs. Duran still possible? Possibly. Never say never. Never say never. I still think there's a possibility. I think that would be a sort of end of transfer window loan with obligation to buy issue. I think clearly we have to sort out the centre defence, and that needs work. Someone like Rodriguez gives an extra body in that sort of defensive role, and then based on goings, if we get rid of Danny Ings, then there's space to bring in another. Although we'd have to look at the homegrown quota. But then if we brought in a Chalobah, obviously he's homegrown as well. So we'll see. The squad depth is, breath of fresh air. It is Mitch. And what I think is we've got a head coach who can utilise a squad. You know, Moyes was an old school manager. You know, 11 players. That was his starting 11. If you're not in that, you'll be called upon. And you have your opportunities, but not very often. I think there will be. You look at Man City, for example. You know, some games Haaland won't play. Foden might not get a game. Grealish might not get a game. You know, a couple always play like Rodri and Ederson, and even Edson. I suppose when he's injured, I suppose. And that's what you want. You want the ability to move and put the right pieces together and the right game plan for the side you're looking to play, you know, against. And so, you know, as I said, sometimes we can go to two, so we could play a double pivot. And I'm all for that. He did for a little bit, but I just think he's better elsewhere. Have gone through the roof of these signings, indeed. 11 months, well done, Michael. Thank you very much. Do you think we'll make another 10? Yes, I do. Where's Somerville going then, model? Personally, I don't think it's a double pivot. Personally, I think his normal 11 would be Paqueta as an 8 and Alvarez next to him. I think Paqueta's better as an 8. And then you've got a 3 of Bowen, Kudus, Somerville with fully up front. And I like that. I need my shirt frame to put on my wall straight. There we go. Well, that's what you do. You go here. These are from Hobbycraft. I think they're called Shadow. And you can fold off. It comes with a bit of card. I fold it all around. And these are just with command strips. I think a lot of people have sort of, and things I've had lots of people come up to me like at work, and people go, Volker was a good player. I've had fucking Scott Minto text me today. He goes, West Ham making some serious moves. It says happy birthday, Scott, by the way. I'm sure you're watching. As well as happy birthday to Matthew Rush and Wayne Bridge, I believe, as well, former West Ham players. So yeah, people are starting to take notice. If you see some of the Tottenham fan sites are like, how is West Ham going to have this side? How? Mental, innit? What do you think about the links? I just think they're links. Can't see that one happening. Gomez or Chalobah, both homegrown and good players at that. I think we're probably more likely to get Chalobah than we are for Gomez, to be honest, but that's what you say. Beyond the Kilmer so far. But he's only pre-season. I There could even be a spanner in the works with Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, no, but we might have to talk about Bruno again soon. We shall see. We shall see. But I think I think Chalobah's probably a better, more chance of getting him than Gomez, just because the role that Gomez plays in the squad. Brighton in talk with Hummels, probably good signing for them. But then it's the Brighton model. They don't sign old players, do they? Some people look at the narrative and pick the narrative they're happy with. What position do you think we need to go out and buy? I think it's right back for me. Right back. I think centre half at the moment. Don't forget, we still got Aguerd, we've still got Zuma. If play, I think I'd like to see that as the second position. We look at after right back. But if we go into the season buying a new right back without a new centre half, it's okay. But it would be an amazing season if we get both done. Attack looks great. Defence is a worry. Strong midfield. I think we're working backwards now, aren't we? We've done the attack stuff now. Now because we had to get Kilman in early, so we got Kilman in early. Now we've done the midfield, we've done the forward, we've done the midfield. Now it's the defence, and now it's about getting. I mean, now we've got these guys covered and signed. It's got to be all out to get the right back in. If it's Wan-Bissaka, it's Wan-Bissaka. After watching, it seems he's happy coming off the bench. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he will come off the bench at the moment. But I think he's a realist. That's what came across. He knows what it is and he knows what he isn't. He knows he's been a late bloomer. And he knows what... And he just seems like a proper football person. You know, for too often we see players and they're sort of chiseled. Someone said to me that never have we signed a player who looks like he'd walk into a pub with dirty builder jeans, cat boots on him, and drink a pint. And I think we haven't been able to relate to players like that for a while. You look at people like I see people like Monks and people like that, and you know you still have Jimmy Walker and guys like that. You can see down the pub, and you could just have a beer with him and have a great laugh. And I don't know what it is about him. I just got a feeling. He looks a little bit like my younger brother Simon. If he grew a beard. Tom may well agree in the chat. Hopefully Zuma can put fees out to Saudis if they want to pay money. I presume it'll be sad to see Suchek and Silva go. They bought and ran when they first came in. They came into a job, old man, didn't he? They came in to do a job. So look, let's see what happens. I mean, the Suchek thing, although I think it's going to be, I think Mourinho's going to look elsewhere. Then Suchek, he's an option for that midfield slots. We know that Galatasaray have had a long interest for Soufal, but we just don't know, do we? We just don't know. I think now we've got them in, now we've got players in, because usually what would happen is we'd sell the players and then scrabble to get players in. We're doing it the right way round, aren't we? Really? So we'll get the players in. Now let's look at who we can send out on loan, who we can, put the feelers out, see if they're interested, that type of thing. Gomez would be unbelievable. Can't see that one. Yeah, I agree. I'll probably could be a sly and amazing, but yeah, vice versa. Maybe. Must be salivating thoughts of playing against new signings. Well, I mean, someone like Freddie Potts will learn a lot from a World Cup winning CDM. Someone like a Josh Ajala will learn a lot from a Fuller, a Champions League final striker. And so I think it's great. Someone like George Earther, you can look at the likes of Somerville, Kudus, Bowen. He's the next Luis Guilherme as well. I mean, he's young, so he'll be looking at these players as well. So it's an exciting time. It's nice that I think you can probably put out, if we put in the chat, what do you reckon is the 11? I'm pretty sure most of us will get the same 11, but we don't know what Lopetegui's going to do. You don't know. I would say a team's like more lasagna. Yep, lots of layers. Good day, Kieran. Hope you're well, mate. What might come in with big bids? Now they've got some Wonga in for Alvarez. Well, I was talking with Newcastle, but I just don't. I mean, we've been told that he's not going anywhere, and he'll have to. And a bid would have to be over the £85 million. But then most people by now, you're thinking, why don't they could have put a bid in then? It's not like City and got any. You can't find a spare couple of 185 million down the back of the sofa. We'll have to wait and see. Mauro Zarate, I forgot about him as well. And Jonathan Calleri. I forgot about Jonathan Calleri. He'll be our 9th Argentinian to represent us. Tarico, Lionel Scaloni, Mascherano, Tevez, Zarate, Lanzini, Jonathan Calleri, and Pablo Zabaleta. I think Ings will probably be gone. If someone will buy him, Steve, that's the issue. Plays 4-3-3. Not. It tends to be a 4. Well, it changes. So it can be. I think mainly it's going to be based on the signings we're signing. I think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1, but easily the likes of Bowen and Somerville can push up, and then it's a 3, and then Kudus could drop in, and that's a 3. Oh, he's allowed to his opinions. Apart from how many World Cup winners at West Ham, or not that many. Azuma or Areola won the World Cup when they were at France. Arbeloa. Alvaro Arbeloa. Do you remember him? He was here for about 2 weeks. So that's probably another one. Who is West Ham's current? We don't know. They could all be. I'd love Gomez. Otim. Have my babies. I think under J-Lo wants to stay. So do I. Yes, he is a penalty taker. Load him, get him free. Well, that's not going to work, is it? They're not going to do that. And then if he's, his contract runs out at the end of the next summer, innit? So even with an obligation to buy, why would you buy something you get for free next day? So I don't think it's going to happen. Is his contract run out then? Or is it the season after? John Duran. No, not John Arias. John Duran. Right, let's have a look. Where's his transfer market? When's his contract run out? Contract runs out. Oh, it's ages, June 2028. So it is, yeah. So actually could do load obligation. Ignore me. Should we move on for AVB? Mentioned Pokemon. No, that was pretty random, wasn't it? That was pretty random. Yeah, we don't talk about switch things on and talk about Pokemon. Pokemon? Was Pokemon around when you? It probably must have been. Hello, mate. How you doing? Now so we have an actual decent forward. There he is. Is it true we're moving more seats? Eventually we can do, but I don't think just yet. I think we have to do a number of games before we move up. Hope Cresswell and Antonio get a testimonial. Depends how many games we play this season at the stadiums. We have, I think it's 25. No, we've got no Europe, so depending about cup games, we might be able to, but otherwise it's going to cost something like $500,000. It's not 250 grand, 300 grand to put on a game. Bellanova, from Torino, we were linked with him. Bob the Builder, 2 millions, and no outs will block the youth. Well, so Michael, are you happy for Guido Rodriguez to come in, or would you rather Freddie Potts play that position? Because that's sort of the option. For me, I want to give Freddie enough time to work in. So for me, I think, and that's really the only one that's been blocked, I think, as such. I can see Lewis Orford going out on loan to get experience, because getting 10 minutes means fuck all, really. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. George Earthy, maybe he goes out on loan as well. You've got to think, we've got the 3 plus Guilherme as well. I think Kalen Casey goes out on loan because he's not going to upset the apple cart in terms of that back 4 or back 2. So I think actually it means these guys can get on loan. I think for the future, it actually helps us more by getting these players in now. So the guys are getting So, Freddie Potts played pretty much every game for Wickham last year, ended up being their player of the season. Lewis Orford could do the same thing. How involved? I don't think he will. Yeah, I'll be doing the music anyway, so I'll be there, mate. Right, let's go through. Got a feeling Zoom will stay in the Prem. I don't think so, mate. No, he's going to go to them. Think you're looking at over 100 million for Caduce, possibly more. Yeah, and to be honest, that is the model, isn't it? Buying in players who then we can sell on the majority sense for a profit. Now, granted, Fulham are not going to get any money on, but the money invested could mean if he scores the goals against Europe. Could mean. But we'll wait and see. Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. We're fine. We passed, but it was indeed Boogers. Yeah, I thought he would be. He didn't Bernard Lamas. Wasn't he? He hadn't won the World Cup. Wasn't it the season leading up to the World Cup in '98 to get into the squad that he signed for us? I think Freshfielder. I think. Let's go indeed. 2028. So we know that his story is hilarious. I think that's going to be my new sign off. Hi everyone. Hi, here. How many players who have played for West Ham whilst playing for the club? What? Are you talking about the World Cup? What? I don't understand. Apparently, Bo's the new captain. I don't see it, to be honest. Personally, I think someone like Kilman. I always like a centre half. Always like a centre half as captain, but the right centre half. Zuma's not the right centre half. I mean, I'll even have Edson Alvarez as our captain. You know, just so they can see everything. It's like Bowen on the wing, can't see what's going on the left side, and that's why I don't like strikers being captain either. How many players have won the whilst playing for West Ham? Don't know. Not that many. Not at the moment. Scarlett alone. Yeah, I think Ollie. Yeah, Ollie. He's back. That's what I think. To be honest, I'd send them all out on loan because that's going to give them. We've got the squad to cope, you know, and just have them on loans with the option to bring back. I'd rather Ollie go and play for Leyton Orient for a season and play 38 games or 30 odd games and come back than play an hour in total across the season for the first team. They do indeed. I know what's been said about, but he was played a lot of games at right back, possibly. Any truth to the minute links? I can't see Alexander. It's no, I can't see it. I'd like to see if I don't think he can. There's a couple of guys. Josh Briggs, he's got that sort of Declan Rice about him. He's in the 18s. He'll be playing more 21s this year. He could move up to CDM. But I don't think. I don't think he's got the ball. I don't think he's got the ball control. If that makes sense. Any more signings? I think there'll be at least one more. Back to one, me too, mate. In a minute. 4 out of 4 in it. Let's effing go. Late to the party, boys. Are right back. Not quite yet. Gatesy, hope you're well, mate. Went up at Nice as part of the deal for Todibo. Yeah, here we go. Very good. Right, need a Billy Bonds type. I think Fulham might be that. Imagine Fray Fofana in that midfield now. Yeah, not going to happen, mate. That's why we got Rodriguez to save them to move the money elsewhere to reallocate it. Alvarez or Kilman for captain. World Cup winner. Spot on. Need to play men's football. Get rid of the Moyes clicks. The old captain marvels. 3 players have won the World Cup whilst playing for the club. Yeah. Looking good, mate. Oh, Vic, looking good, son. That's it, I think. I think that is it. I don't think anyone of it. Can't think of anyone else who's won the World Cup whilst playing for West Ham. How did Payet get on for the Euros? Thinking. Areola, was he at West Ham? No, I don't think there was. Can't think of it. Wax this way indeed. Alvarez going for, yeah, exactly. And they're spending. Because they get Conor Gallagher as well. We'll wait and see. I just don't know if that's the right option. I don't think that's right for him. We need a right back, centre back, and a decent striker. If we can move our Ings, if it's gonna lost in the final. Thanks, Fresh. I think the trouble is, I think we'll end up having to pay wages to the side that say if he went to Southampton won't give him 125 grand or 120 whatever it is. So we'd have to give him subsidise the wages. Oh, indeed. We've got here, Mr. How tall? It will take a while to develop physically. Said it. Plays that frame. It's not the physical nature. I just don't think he's particularly fast. I don't think he's particularly good in the ball. He's okay for a centre half, but I think once you move it on, that's to me. There we go, Mr. Lobber, very good. Stalling, waiting on West Ham to bid for him. Yeah, whatever. Would like Alvarez, but as he won't play the first games, who's going to be vice captain then? Kilman for me. Anyway, I'm going to have to shoot, guys. This was just, I'm going to jump on to say another one bites the dust. That's 4 now we've got. No, 3 in a week. 3 in a week now. 6 in total for the first team. 3 for the academy. 9 players we've signed so far. And will there be more? That's the question. Don't forget to like, comment, share, as per usual. Thank you very, very much for everyone watching. While Gates is here, just a little. We've got the big debate on Thursday. We're putting up the question. If you've got a question to put to the West Ham, it's like question time for West Ham fans. If you've got a question, please, we're going to put the community post up on our chat, on our feed in a minute. If you want to do a video, feel free to do a video for the question and send it to us. There's going to be like Holly and various others. It's hosted by Gatesy. So I'm sure Gatesy will be putting out on his channel as well. And then afterwards, we hope to have the aftermath, which will be on Gatesy's channel afterwards, a bit like and extra type thing. So anyway, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on your irons. Much love. Bye-bye.